All right, well, let's get started, everyone. Welcome to today's Ask a Trainer webinar brought to you by Sworkit Health. We're really excited. I'm very excited. This is my first Ask a Trainer webinar, and it's also dusting all the rust off of my group exercise chops. I have been certified in group exercise for 20 years, but I haven't been actively instructing in a while. So it's exciting to be here. I'm an AFA primary group exercise certified trainer. I also am a personal trainer certified through American College of Sports Medicine. And I'm also a community health education specialist, CHES, which is less relevant today, but in future conversations with you, I know it will be. So today we're going to be focusing on a live workout. So part of the reason we even like to do these is to showcase some of the features of Sworkit. One of my favorite, because of some of the work I do with school systems and the elderly, is the Sworkit Live feature. It allows me to bring the Sworkit trainer to life and do this workout that I created with you, as I mentioned, live. So what I want to do today is I'm going to get right into the workout now. A little caveat before I get started. I have been known in the past for my dynamic, grueling core training exercises. It was even the way I met my wife many, many moons ago when I was a group exercise instructor at Virginia Commonwealth University. She strolled into one of my classes and swore to me she would never come back. But that was one of the reasons that I've changed the approach that I take to core, especially at this stage of life for me, where core is less about getting a ripped, chiseled abdominal region for the beach, still important, but not quite there anymore. And more important to me, that I support my back, that I support my core, and I support my postural muscles so that I stay healthy through this next phase of life. And I don't let the effects of repeated Zooms or sitting in an office take their toll, as we know they all can. So what I want to do today is I'm going to get right into this. Again, we're going to be seated for almost all of it. The only part we won't will be standing. So we will not be getting on the floor. Not that I'm against getting on the floor to do core. Absolutely valid. It's just not something I traditionally do during the day when I have the ability to sneak in 5 minutes of activity. So I'm going to get rolling. I'm going to go now. What I'm going to do is share my screen, which is my Sworkit platform, which if you don't know it already, you will know it and love it. This is a great way for you to create custom workouts or just hop right into one of the ones we've designed. At the end of this exercise, I'm going to share a QR code with you so you can import this right in if you enjoyed it, so you can do it anytime you choose. So I'm going to select this Ask a Trainer Core simple workout. Before you even start, you can just see what you're going to do and what's part of it. A lot of today are not necessarily rehab exercises, but prehab exercises you can do from your seat to ensure that you prevent the stiffness of your lower back that invariably comes if you're sitting there all day locked in Zoom. So I'm going to select the workout. We're only going to do this for 5 minutes today, just so I can, again, show you the workout, show you how it works. If you want to increase the time, you can keep the same sequence of exercises, but just increase how many minutes you're going to do. So I'm just going to select 5 minutes. I can choose any song choice. I'm a big fan of 90s hip hop, but today I'm going to skip music and just go right to begin my workout. And I'm going to hit the live button. And I'm going to start my Sworkit live. And so I come right into my little mini studio. You already saw where I was. And let's get right into it. Actually, my friend over here in the corner has already begun his little workout. I have the audio sync turned off. However, if you're ever doing this and you do want the audio cues, you can just have those be in the background as you're instructing. So what you're going to do with the cat curl is bend forward and start to bend your back all the way down by the lumbar region of your spine, and then come all the way back up to the top. You can take your time. You can go slow as you want. When I say don't speed it up too much, this is more than anything. This is like a stretch and an exercise in one. You're just bending all the way down by the lumbar part of your spine and then coming all the way straight back up. And we're already done with that exercise. Chair bend, and I wanted to have these sequence right next to each other, is a little different in that you keep your back engaged. So you keep yourself engaged at the erector spinae muscles of the lower back. You're just bending forward at the waist versus bending at the lumbar part of your spine. So keep yourself stiff and you're going forward. Again, kind of a stretch and an exercise in one. In 9 seconds, we're going to be in our first kind of what I would call traditional exercise where you may get going, but even just those two, I need to do more often. I already do feel a little better. So we're in our recovery or transition time during these. This one is just as it looks. I'm actually going to drop the coat for this. And my colleagues know that usually I'm in a Zoom shirt where my sleeves are cut off, but I'm in my little polo thing today. So sorry, already going. All you're doing is just keeping yourself as tall as you can and bending your elbows to your knees as you keep yourself upright. Gosh, that one's a good one too. I do need to do these more often. Again, not something that you're going to get yourself really exerted, but it is a great movement to, again, release a lot of the stress and tension of your body. Similar to the previous one, what you're going to be doing here, except you're not rotating across midline. You're just pulling your knees to your chest. You see the diagram, he's spotting himself just below the knee. You can go right above the knee, just don't pull too hard. This isn't something where you're trying to get anything done. You should feel this a little bit in your hip flexors. Keep your core engaged on all of these. I know that's usually something that most people end up neglecting, but really make sure you keep your stomach tight, even if it doesn't feel like a traditional activity. We're going to stand for this. I love this one. Seatbelt grabs. So with seatbelt grabs, what you're doing is you're reaching over your shoulder and grabbing, stay on the same side for the entire time on this one. Again, it's almost like a stretch and an exercise in one. You're just reaching up. The way you can make this a little harder too is if you have a resistance band, attach it to the top of a stable station so you can pull down, so it kind of brings the chop into it a little. 9 seconds, and we're going to rotate to the other side. Man, I can do this more often. I love it. Oh, again, already much of the stress from the day is released through my core. All right, other side. So again, my seat would be something I would traditionally move. Again, it's not perfect for the camera. Just slowly reach up and over, twisting at your spine, up over your shoulder to bring it down. So this is working, again, we didn't get as into the anatomy lesson as I like to at the beginning of these, but this is kind of an oblique exercise and a little bit of the rectus abdominis, but also the erector spinae muscles, which are the long muscles that come right at the bottom of your back and run up the side of your spine. Shoulder shrugs, always a great way to release tension. So again, you're standing tall and you just reach your shoulder blades as high as you can to your ears and release the tension. Release, stretch, flex, and release the tension. Flex and release the tension. Flex and release the tension. All of us have done these before. They're, an easy way to make this more of a resistance exercise is to add dumbbells in your hand or a resistance band attached to a floor anchor. Reach and release. Stretch and release. One of my favorites, a rhomboid stretch. Rhomboids are the muscles right in between your scapula at the top of your back. A really great way to do this, or an important reason to do this, is one of the main places people store tension outside of their traps and their necks. I'm going to stop talking and do this myself. Just reach forward. Some people like to interlock their fingers and go out. You can keep your hands straight, but you're trying to bend your spine, keep your neck relaxed for every movement you do, no matter what anybody tells you. Your neck stays relaxed. I am bending from my lumbar spine, and then release the tension. All right. One of my favorites. A towel is traditionally used, but I am a dad life, so I have my little horse, which actually is my favorite lumbar spine, thoracic spine extension. I put it right under the bottom of my back, and I just slowly bend over the back of it. If a towel would be ideal, and you just slowly reach up. You can reach your hands up, but you don't even need to. You can extend your hands all the way up over your head. The main thing here is just to relax and let your lumbar, so the thoracic part of your spine, bend backwards. And that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done with our basic chair core stretch strengthening activity. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share this. You need to get credit for this. So again, the main reason we do these is to showcase a lot of the tools within Sworkit. So as you're leading one of these exercises or activities within your own workforce, friend group, you could get your mom, your children, whomever, when you finish, make sure you share it with them so that it will go right into their log and give them credit for the excellent job that they did. As I mentioned before, you can also share your workout. So say this was a really intense cardio workout, or it was a really dynamic leg or upper body program that you and your friends did, or you and your coworkers, and you loved it. A great thing to do then is to share the workout itself. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to give you the QR code that will allow you to scan this. So if you've already downloaded the Sworkit app, this should allow you to take the picture and then import it right in. Bridget, you said that you were able to get this done successfully right before this. If you had any tips on how best to scan it, kind of speak up. But the idea being is that these are great. And the way you share it in the corner, right as I was selecting it, I have the ability to share, and I copied the link and turned it into a QR code. But you don't need to do that. You can just copy it and scan it, or copy the link and share the link itself. And so what Bridget said is tap the heart to save this to your favorites so that you can access it at any time.
I added it to my favorites.
Excellent. Again, not one of those ones that's going to make your core exhausted or tired. I have those too, and I can absolutely share those with you. This is just one. Again, you've got 5 minutes between meeting. You've been in back to back to back Zooms, and you need to loosen up your lower back, stretch your core, engage your core. Sometimes the most important thing to do with core muscles is just to activate them, engage them a little bit, even just those knees to chest, rotation movements, or there are a myriad of core exercises within Sworkit. You can choose one of the pre-designed or design your own with the custom workout feature. So if you have any questions, you can always drop them in the chat or reach out to myself, Bridget, or Rennie, all on this webinar. And we look forward to seeing you again. Rennie, do you want to do a little plug for the upcoming Ask a Trainer webinars? I don't have that date right in front of me. I should have pulled that up in my notes.
Yeah, we'd love to have everybody join us again next month. We'll do another live workout Tuesday, October 11th. We'll send an invitation and details out to everybody's email, so be on the lookout for that. But more fun to come, and we'll have some fun getting active and moving around. And of course, if you have any questions, or if you ever have a question in regards to what should you do next, if you're looking for guidance in regards to your fitness plan or what exercises you should do, within the Sworkit app, you can ask a trainer. So you'll be connected to one of our certified personal trainers, and they will help you get on your way. But thanks everybody so much for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, and go be active today.